Well, today we are joined by Stephen Foley. Stephen is the director and founder of a startup company that offers bespoke products and services to barristers. He joins us here today to have a chat. Welcome to you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Why don't we start by you telling us a bit about your company and what types of products and services you offer?
Sure, yeah. So we've mainly specialised with barristers over the last 30 years really, and focused on everything from their practice management. So one of our products is called iChambers, and it looks after their practice management. So accounts, diary systems, CRM and mailroom. And so that's really the clerks in Melbourne use that system really to manage a barrister's back end, if you like, of the processes and diary bookings, etc. And then we have another product called Barrister Select, which is only available in Sydney, and that helps solicitors find barristers more easily. It opens it up to a much more transparent process. Equitable briefing's part of that, so that it's much easier for a solicitor to find a barrister in this, because Sydney's got about 80 different chambers, and maybe there's only 30 small, reasonable sized chambers, but nonetheless it's hard to ring around so many chambers to find a barrister. So that product just makes it much easier for a solicitor to just put their request into the central portal, and that then goes out to the right chambers to respond. Our final product is in the eBrief technology. It's called eBrief, and it's about making it easy for solicitors to send briefs electronically to barristers. Previously, they've been emailing or they've been on USB sticks, and so this is really like a Dropbox, if you like, for barristers, where the servers are housed in New South Wales through AWS, so it's all contained in our sort of four walls, if you like. I mean, really, at the Victorian Bar, you've got 2,000 individual people, really, and so it's like a microcosm, if you like, of society. In that, there are some barristers that are very interested in technology and take it on. And I can think of barristers from 25 years ago who have put very sophisticated systems together to make it work for them, and there are barristers who don't show very much interest at all. I think that the change that's happened now is because the courts are going digital now, that actually there's not that much choice anymore about whether you're going to embrace technology or not. You need to embrace it, and I understand that causes some concerns, particularly some of the older barristers, because it's a new way of working. And I guess our job, from a technology point of view, is to bring out products which make it easy for them to use and support that migration, that process, because I'd hate to be losing some of the older barristers because technology's getting in the way and they don't feel like, for whatever reason, they can take that on. I think they can all take it on, but we as a profession need to make sure we support that transition.
In October 2015, VicBar launched their Barrister Connect platform,
Yes.
which is essentially about connecting members seeking support of barristers in certain matters directly with their barrister, rather than going through a solicitor.
Yes.
Now, your company provided the
We
technology
provide the technology
solution
for that, yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the platform and how it works, particularly
Yes.
from an access to justice point of view?
Yeah, so this was where there are a number of people that were getting disqualified from legal aid for whatever reason. They didn't meet the requirements, but still had a significant case that they need to run. It might be something to do with driving or drink driving, or it might be speeding or drugs or something. But they needed some defence, but they couldn't access it through legal aid. So the Victorian Bar set up Barrister Connect, which enables that type of person to connect directly with a barrister, and therefore reducing the costs of the particular matter. Traditionally, they might have had to go onto a solicitor, that they may have had to brief a barrister, and so the costs go up quite a lot. Now, not all matters are appropriate, so often the matter will come to the barrister, and the barrister will refer them back to a solicitor because it's not appropriate that they handle it. But a good deal of matters do come through that system. The clerks work pretty hard around that because they act as the mediator, if you like, between the client and the barrister. So there's a lot of work that goes into supporting that process, and I think there's been a lot of people that have had a good result from that. For some, yes. Yeah. For some, certainly they would see that this is a good way to, be able to get some experience. And I know this whole pro bono, low bono, all this type of work really enables that that process to happen. So yes, for some, I think they do see that. Going forward, what we've found is that, and we're now working more with law firms, is that they need to create document bundles. And I had no idea it was so difficult to create a document bundle until I actually got into the inside of a law firm and saw how document bundles were being created, going, oh my God, when you want to put a document back at position 35, you've got to go and renumber all the documents. And so we created an automatic document numbering process so that when you put it into 35, 36, they just all renumber. Very simple from where I sit to do that, but that was like such an amazing thing that our documents can be automatically numbered, and processes that would take 6 or 7 hours are now taking half an hour. So I'm actually enjoying that side of helping solicitors to create their bundles of documents and annotating. So the ability to annotate documents so that they can share annotation. So that's where we are. And we're calling that our professional version. That will come, it's in beta now, and a number of firms are using it. That'll come out next year in February, March next year, and there'll be some price for that. But we like the idea of keeping the price low and lots of people using it rather than going for huge amounts of money, which only a few law firms can then justify. So we'd like to be able to, in terms of access to justice, be able to say, look, you can get this for under $60 a month. You can have all this available to you, and you can be technically savvy in terms of how you're running your cases. And if there's enough people subscribing to that model, then obviously that's okay for us. We make our money, but we don't have to charge those large prices that only a few can afford.
Fantastic. Well, good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.